Get you out here well before the top of the hour. Give you guys enough time to get those bets in for the primetime games. And that's what we do here on the drive-thru Monday through Friday here at 6 p.m. Eastern Time. Is our live free sports picks for the games beginning at 7 p.m. Eastern Time and later. And to deliver those winners are professional handicappers over at Pick Dogs and over at Sports Chat Place. Let's go ahead and let's take a peek at who's on the show with us here for today. All right, with us here today, we've got Menken with us, Brad Francis, got Brian Bitler, Jay Briggs. Wayne will sign in a little later. Ninos and Zawacky on Steak Friday, and here's how they'll line up for this evening. We got Ninos, Briggs, Francis, Scott, Bitler, Zawacky, Menken, and then I will close this one out. All right, we've got 15 games on the board in Major League Baseball. A big NBA and NHL playoff game for you here, so let's get this one underway. Busy show. Let's welcome in El Ninos. So catch him over at Pick Dogs. We'll get some NBA coverage here from El Ninos. El, what's happening?
I'm pretty good, Tony. How are you doing?
Doing great. All right, here we go tonight. NBA as the Heat and Celtics go head-to-head. We see the Celtics here laying 9.5. I am starting to see some 10s start to pop up here. Some of an offshore book, very sharp one, not the sharpest one, but a sharp one out there at 10. We're seeing some Vegas books at 10. We're seeing some offshores at 10. So we're seeing this one creeping up in some places at 10. But here for the show, 9.5 Celtics, total 215.
Yeah, I'm definitely seeing 10s. Maybe a little bit juiced, but yeah, they're definitely popping up for sure. And kind of similar spot as last time when we were waiting on that 6 to pop up last night, but we were getting our 10 already now, and you gotta love it. I mean, getting 10 points in a game where we won outright last matchup. It might be tough for the Heat to go up 2-0 on the road, but getting 10 points, I mean, you got to like their chances to at least keep it within this number. I mean, plus 375, can't even blame you for taking a shot on that. I think it's a pretty interesting matchup. They got the Celtics have the better guards, but once you start getting up there, obviously Jason Tatum putting in his claim for one of the best players in the world, but Jimmy Butler not letting anyone forget who he is either, at least not right now. And I think he matches up well with Jason Tatum. And when you get down low, I think Bam Adebayo can make the difference if he steps up here. And not that Robert Williams is bad or anything. He's will say himself too. But Bam could be a pretty good offensive piece at times. And if he steps up again today, they could definitely pull off the upset again. But I'm loving getting double-digit points here with the Heat, and I like them to keep it within single digits. I'm taking the points with the Heat here.
All right, Alino says he's going to take the points with the Heat. How can you argue that, right? I mean, the way the Miami team has played, on the road in the playoffs, they've been outstanding here scoring-wise. They're scoring an average 118 points per 100 possessions, about a flat net rating, but hey, they won 4 of 7 on the road in the postseason, and the Celtics have not been a good home team so far in the playoffs.
The matchup we looked at yesterday, definitely more home court dominant, dependent on home court, I believe. This one, as we saw already, game one, already they dropped it at home. And as I mentioned, the Heat are definitely, I don't know why we're getting this crazy number. I know Brogdon was questionable. It looks like he'll be good to go, though. It's a very surprising number for me to see. And honestly, I guess I can see people thinking the Celtics will bounce back and win here, but by 10 points, I'm not so sure. So, again, I'm loving taking the 10 points here with the Heat.
Yeah, it's not hard to argue that one. The 10 points, I think, is a lot of folks like that spot. And we're starting to see it here.
We saw a back-and-forth series where, the spreads didn't really matter much. When they won big, but again, we're getting deeper into these playoffs, and every point I think is that much more valuable now. I just can't understand this number, so I'll take it.
Yeah, I mean, I think a lot of people are kind of thrown off by the number 2 because this is an Eastern Conference Finals, right? That's what this is. This is this is what we're talking about here, and we're seeing this at 9.5, 10s in many places.
Yeah, it's just okay, maybe the Celtics are the better team. They are at home. But again, I mean, the Heat already showed they earned their spot here, and could potentially earn a spot even deeper than this. So, I mean, again, just a very curious number here, and I love it.
All right, Ninos here going to go here with the And his play on this game is going to be taking the points here, no doubt here with the Heat plus 9.5, plus 10. Do your shopping. There are 10s in the marketplace. This one to have a start time here, 8:30 Eastern time over on TNT. All right, Ninos, let's take a look over at Pick Dodge for tonight's action. Of course, Al's showing great results here. In a Major League Baseball, as you can see there, 977 units of profit, all documented over at Pick Dodge. So if you go to Al's handicapper page, you'll be able to verify all those numbers, fully documented over on the site. All right, Al, we've got plays tonight here on the board here from Major League Baseball, 15 games, at big playoff games here from the NBA and NHL. What do you have going on over at Pick Dodge Premium?
Got a 3-pack in the MLB. Got my $19 play there up there as well. So if you want to check that out or get the 3-pack, that $19 plays, including the 3-pack, it's up to you. Again, your better way to go is probably getting one of those long-term or 2-for-1 capper passes.
That's right, guys. Again, about the Onions over at Pick Dodge. Let me see the great results here from Al in baseball. 977 units of profit. Want to get on board with longer-term pass. That 3-day pass, a good one here on the weekend. Get all of Al's premium plays for 3 days. That includes all his Major League Baseball and the playoffs here from NBA and NHL. Pick is a promo code. You'll save 15% off at checkout. You can also add a second capper with that 2-for-1 capper promotion. Even greater value there. Now, Ninos, is always great having you show. To you, that success. We'll catch up with you again next week. But let everybody know they can catch you also on the weekends on the weekend shows here.
That's right. Actually, I happened to miss last weekend, but should be back on tomorrow and Sunday. So make sure you tune in 10 a.m. Eastern on the weekends.
10 a.m. Eastern. It's in the crew, so tune in and check out El Ninos there. All right, now have a great night. We'll catch up with you again next week.
All right, have a good one, Tony.
Got El Ninos here on the drive through. Let's continue on. Up next, we got Jay Briggs. Catch him over at Pick Dodge Stream. Catch his NBA Jam session here, the morning drop, and of course live here for Eastern time as well with the show. Jay, what's happening?
Tony T, what's happening? How you doing?
Doing great. All right, here we go. A little late night action tonight here between the Marlins and Giants here. That looks like a pretty good pitching matchup here with the Giants favored minus 117, total 7.5.
Yes, sir. We do got a good old pitching matchup tonight. We got my guy Sandy Alcantara, former NL Cy Young winner last year, but he's struggling right now. 1-4 with a 4.9 ERA, but he's one of my favorite pitchers. He is, man. And he won the Cy Young last year for a reason, and I am expecting some bounce back to come his way, and I possibly think it could be today. And I think the Marlins, who, seasons past, you weren't really thinking of this team of hitting the baseball, but I do think they get to Anthony, however you say his last name, Descalfani? Descalfani. I do think they get to him tonight. And I think Sandy has a bounce back game, and I trust the bullpen more of this Miami team. But I think Sandy goes pretty deep. Here in this one, I like what the Marlins have been doing. They're on a 4-game win streak. Granted, I know they just beat up on the Nationals, but hey, they did win 3 straight. I think those are the type series that's going to separate this Marlins team from last year's Marlins team. I call this Marlins team the Money Marlins. I'm looking for them to win their 5th straight, and I'm going to take them on the plus money line with my guy Sandy Alcantara on the mound. And I think they take a 3-1 lead on the Giants for the season.
All right, we have Jay here on the Marlins plus here, plus 148 here against the Giants here in a big plus spot. Actually, no, we're not going to go lower than that. Plus 108 here. It's not 148. That graphic is a little off there. But anyway, you're getting the plus money here with the Marlins, no doubt. And of course, DeSclafani kind of trending the opposite direction here. Last 2 starts, roughed up here, 8 runs allowed in 12 innings. But one thing troubling too is the contact there. Over his past 3 starts, just 8 strikeouts in 23 innings.
Yep, he's been getting to here recently. I haven't really, loved what I've seen from him. And the Giants, 6-12 as a favorite. I just don't think today's a good spot for the Giants. And I think the Marlins, 23-21, having a better season, positive at this time of the year. I look for them to continue on their win streak and stack their 5th straight win.
Yep, so Jay's looking here on the Marlins here, plus 108 here against the Giants. This one have a start time here, 10:15 Eastern time. All right, Jay, let's take a look over at Pick Dodge Pin for tonight's action. Of course, we do have those 15 games here from Major League Baseball, and you can see here the numbers that Jay is putting up. Some impressive numbers right now here from Major League Baseball here. 467 units of profit, all documented over at Pick Dodge Pin. So if you go over to Jay's handicapper page, you can verify all those numbers there. Of course, tonight we got that big NBA game, NHL game. Your Stars in action in Vegas here in the Western Conference Finals there. We thought we'd see another team from Dallas in the Western Conference Finals, but we got this one on the ice. What do you have going on over at Pick Dogs?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I got my $19 NBA Jam Session play, and then I have a Major League Baseball 3-pack. In that 3-pack is included my MLB play of the day, or you can get it separately. But I have like 6 plays total, but just those 4 for sale, and you can get the 2 sold individually. My MLB play of the day and my $19 NBA Jam Session play. Hey, we've got off to a great start in Major League Baseball season. I'm loving the baseball early. I'm actually going to be at the Rangers game here in a little bit, so should be a good one there. I'm loving the conference finals action we got going on in the NBA right now, so I got my favorite play there. So great time of year, man. Hop on something long term, and I can help continue putting some money in your pockets over an extended period of time. And, hey, like Tony said, my Stars in action tonight. Hopefully, hey, they can break through. We haven't had a championship run through here since 2011 when the Mavs did it, unless you want to count the Renegades and the XFL recently. But that's what I'm looking forward to moving forward.
There you go, guys. Got more Jay Briggs over at Pick Dogs. Good results in baseball. The Jam Session's up there right now as big play from NBA, $19 premium. Remember, these one-day passes are credit guaranteed. That's turn a profit or the amount you purchase is credit back to your account for site credits. That is credit guarantee. Always a great time to get that 3-day pass on the weekend. Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. We've got NBA there Friday, Saturday, and Sunday here. Lakers in action tomorrow. Then again, we get back on Sunday with Game 3 of this series tonight. So get that 3-day pass. All the baseball, 15 games, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday are scheduled. And pick is a promo code. You'll save 15% off. All right, Jay, it's always great having you on the show. Hear that success. As we said yesterday, if there's a game, there'll be a morning drop and a live show.
Yes, sir. If there's a game, there's a morning drop and a live show. So I know it's the weekend, but I should see you guys tomorrow. Game time tomorrow is 7:30, so we're going to be on regular scheduled timing. And Sunday, the game time is 7:30 as well, so we're on regular scheduled timing. Drop in the morning, and then live show probably 3 Central, 4 Eastern. And then I will be on the morning show this weekend with all the guys, so check us out there as well.
All right, check them out there on that on the morning shows. We'll catch Jay there as well, 10 a.m. Eastern with the morning crew. And, of course, his drop in the morning. And, of course, the live show scheduled as usual here Saturday and Sunday. Make sure you like, subscribe, set notifications. When Jay drops that morning video or he goes live, you're live with him. Get the best numbers. All right, Jay, have a great night. We'll catch up with you again next week.
Yes, sir, Tony T. See you Monday.
Got it. Jay Briggs here on the drive-thru. Guys, you missed a pick. We'll recap at the end of the show. We're seeing some updates here on social media here. Ramon dropping in saying Trout is not in the starting lineup tonight against Minnesota. Guerrero is in the starting lineup tonight against Baltimore. So it's 2 lineup updates for you here on for today's baseball. Let's continue here on the drive-thru. We're going to go ahead and welcome in Brad Francis, catch him over at Pick Dodge Prim. Also, it does a UFC show with the Mills, usually on Saturdays. We'll find out if they do it Saturday here tomorrow morning after the morning show. So we'll get hold of Brad right now. Brad, what's happening?
Hey, what's up, Tony? Happy Friday.
Happy Friday to you as well. All right, here we go. Tonight, we got these Athletics on the road facing the Houston Astros. As you expect, Astros big favorites, total 9.5.
Yeah, I'm gonna roll with the Astros here, but I'm gonna take them on the run line. I mean, the A's they're by far the worst team in the MLB. They're not only losing games, but they're getting blown out. They're 10-35 straight up and 17-28 on the run line. I've been fading this team all season on the run line and have been cashing in. They rank 26th in total runs and 27th in batting average, where the Astros are giving up the second fewest runs in the MLB. So I expect the A's to have a tough night when it comes to hitting against this Astros team. And when it comes to Astros, I mean, their bats aren't great, don't get me wrong, but I like them to put up some runs too. So for me, it's a no-brainer here to take the Astros minus 1.5.
Yeah, it's almost on the auto fade game here with going against Athletics. In their past 10 losses, they failed to cover the run line. And, it's really hard to make a case here for Oakland when their starter has an ERA of 7 and the bullpen has an ERA near 7. That's the problem here, right? Even if the ERAs are 3 or 4, in most cases it's over 5 with some of these Athletics starters. But when the bullpen sits with an ERA near 7, it's just the kind of auto fade here.
Exactly. I mean, yeah, their starting pitcher has an ERA of 7, and then even when that guy goes out, they're still going to struggle to get outs here. So it's probably going to be an ugly game for the A's.
There we go here. Brad here. Astros lay the run and half minus 122 here against the Athletics. This one have a start time 8 p.m. Eastern Time. All right, Brad, let's take a look over at Pick Dodgement for tonight's action. 15 games on the board for Major League Baseball, that NBA playoff and NHL playoff game as well. What do you have going on over at the site?
Yeah, I got my best play in the NBA right now. You could get that $19 on the site. And I got a couple MLB plays. If you get one of my long-term passes, those will be included in there. So, yeah, it's a great time to get a 3-day pass, in my opinion. We're going to be fully loaded with baseball all week, and the NBA players are going to still be going on. So, perfect day to grab a 3-day pass.
That's right, guys. You got to board Brad Fest over at Pick Dodgement. 3-day pass is the way to go. We got NBA all 3 days, NHL all 3 days, and those 15 game cards from Major League Baseball. Pick as a promo code. You'll save 15% off. All right, Brad, as always, great having you on the show. Have yourself a great weekend. We'll catch up with you next week. Well, everybody know where you Mills getting together here for that UFC show.
Yeah, so this week I will be out of town tomorrow. I'm going to try to get with Mills and see if he would do a solo one. So I'm going to try to convince him to do that. But we'll see. If anything, I'll be back the following weekend, though.
You got it. Brad Francis here on the Drive Thru. Brad, have a great weekend. We'll catch up with you again next week.
All right. Thank you, Tony. Have a good weekend.
You got it. Brad Francis here on the Drive Thru. All right, guys, we'll continue on here on the show. Up next, let's see if we get Wayne Scott is scheduled. Well, let's see. He was a little running in traffic. We got his pick, but he said he was going to make the show. So let's just take a peek to see if Wayne is ready to roll here. Wayne Scott is ready to roll, and he's on the road. Wayne, what's happening?
What's going on, Tony T? What's going on, Pick Dog family?
There we go with the actual drive-through on the road here. We're going Dodgers and Cardinals tonight. With the Dodgers road favorites here and definitely a revenge situation here. Total sits here 8.5.
Yes, sir. We seen the Cardinals get the win. They were winning right on the mound. High-scoring game. Tonight we got Steve Matz and Tony Gosselin on the mound. And I'm liking Tony Gosselin on this spot. He's only 1-1 on the season. He has a great ERA, great low whip. He's 5-0 on the road. As Tony just mentioned, also in this Dodgers after a loss, they're the number 1 team in the league on a bounce back spot, going 12-4 after a loss. And also the Dodgers on equal rest, they are 27-17. They're first in that category as well. Now, I will note this. The Dodgers are not hitting lefties well, which is Steve Matz is a lefty, but it's Steve Matz, guys. If there's any place for the Dodgers to get in here and get some hits in, it's going to be on a lefty. It's going to be against Steve Matz. He's 0-4 this season, a 5.6 ERA, and a 1.6 whip. I can't trust this guy. Even at home, I'm going to go with the Dodgers in this one, which should be an easy one for these guys tonight.
All right, we got Wayne here on the Dodgers here, laid the 116 here against the Cardinals. The Dodgers faced some lefties not too bad long ago and got some wins against Snell. They faced Lauer as well in recent games, and the other one escapes me right now, but they've had some success of late here at facing lefties.
Yes, sir, and all those lefties you said, to me, in my opinion, are better than Steven Matz, so I don't see them having much of a problem, although on paper they do struggle to hit lefties more than righties. When you got somebody like Steven Matz on, I think these guys should have no problem hitting him tonight. And on the other side of that, Tony Gosselin, he's been outstanding so far this season, and not so much of a good game last game, but I definitely look for him to bounce back in this one and get the road win for these guys. We know St. Louis struggles at home as of right now. That should get better, but at the same time, it's just a bad spot for them. Only 9-14 at home. And the Dodgers have a winning record on the road. Dodgers been playing the better, more consistent with the bats. We're going to stay with the Dodgers on this one at the mild price.
Dodgers have won 5 straight when they faced left-handed starters. They faced Snell twice, as we talked about. We talked about here. For the other lefties were Lauer and Miley were those 2 left-handed starters, and Weathers, who's had his trouble. So they went 5-0 here against these lefties in a row.
Sir, good 5 win. We're going to try to make it 6 tonight and come out here and hammer Matz, as he's shown to get hammered in the season. I don't think nothing really changes here.
All right, we got Wayne here on the Dodgers, minus 116 here against the Cardinals. This one have a start time, 8:15 Eastern time. All right, Wayne, let's take a look over at Pick Dodgement for tonight's action. Of course, tonight we got those 15 games on the board here from Major League Baseball, the big NBA playoff game, right? We're all getting ready for that one as well. And, of course, don't forget we've got that hockey game as well. Wayne is definitely in the hockey. Tough one for his Carolina Canes last night. Kept them up late. Maybe that's why kept them up really late last night. But anyway, we got a lot on the board tonight. What do you have going over at Pick Dodgement? We see the great results here the last 30 days, 840 units of profit.
I've been killing it, guys. Go on the site and check. I did go 0-2 yesterday. I was on the over in the hockey game. How the hell do you got that many periods and don't go over that many overtimes? I was hoping to get a lot more goals earlier. And I got a little greedy with the Lakers money line. Definitely was on them spread, but I love the money line, so that's what I went with. But looking to get it back today, go 2-0. Got my best bet in MLB and my best bet in NBA. Looking to cash both of them. Loving both of those spots. Placed in. Might go ahead and double dip when I get back home. And I'm ready for the night, man. Ready for this action between this NBA and this MLB card. Great card tonight.
That's right, guys. Got aboard with Wayne Scott over at Pick Dodge Premium. See the great results from Wayne over the last 30 days. 840 units of profit. Action on the board tonight. Make it, take it. Game of the day right now is $19 premiums up on the board, as well as plays from Major League Baseball at 19 premium here from MLB. So best bets are good. We're all talking long-term passes. See Wayne here. You may consider. Want to try them out for the weekend. The 3-day pass is very popular. Great seller here on a Friday. We know we're going to have NBA Friday, Saturday, Sunday, the NHL Conference Finals, Friday, Saturday, Sunday schedule, then those 15 games tonight, tomorrow, and Sunday. Lots of action here. So get on board. Pick as a promo code. You'll save 15% off. All right, Wayne, as always, great having you show. To you that success. We'll catch up with you again next week, but you will be on the morning shows weekend.
Yes, sir. I'll be on there with Mitch or Chris. I know he's like Chris hosted quite a few times. I'm not sure what Mitch's schedule on, but either or, whoever's on there, I'll make sure I'll be on there, hand out a banger. Let's cash this Dodgers tonight. Get on these premiums with me tonight, and let's go 2-0 for tonight.
Absolutely, go 2-0 with Wayne. All right, Wayne, have a great night. We'll catch up with you next week.
Appreciate you for having me, Tony T. You take care, man. Y'all cash tonight, Picked Off family.
You got it. Wayne Scott here on the drive through. Let's continue on, guys. We're getting a lot of people signing. If you missed a pick, we're going to recap at the end of the show. Stay tuned for that. Let's continue on here on the drive through. Brian Bitler up next. He bookends the show. You'll catch him here on Monday and Fridays here on the show. We'll bring Brian in right now. He was kind of teasing an appearance there on that on the Jay show on the NBA Jam live at 4 Eastern time. So maybe we can catch him on one of these days here. As we have still plenty of time in the NBA playoffs to go. We'll bring in Brian right now. Brian, what's happening?
I tell you what, I love Jay Briggs, one of the nicest guys out there, definitely in handicap. And I love all the guys here on a Friday night, Rod. And just glad to get ready to go out square dance. It's going to be a huge weekend. Got my steak ready. It's going to be a good one.
Your steak ready indeed. All right, here we go tonight. Orioles and the Blue Jays. Of course, we did get news here with Guerrero in the lineup tonight, coming off that really bad knee. We've seen the Blue Jays here about minus 154 favorite, total 9.5.
For me, for the drive-through, I'm going to roll with the Baltimore Orioles on Friday nights. I've been able to roll with the Orioles a lot more lately as their schedule has gotten tougher, playing teams like the Atlanta Braves, Tampa Bay Rays, and the LA Angels, giving us some bettable lines with the Orioles. The only downside tonight to taking the Orioles is Kyle Gibson being on the mound. He's kind of got hit around 2 of his last 3 starts, but Kikuchi for the Blue Jays, I think he's also been roughed up 2 of his last 3 starts. Baltimore Orioles, as of late, having success against left-handers on the road, 6-1 last 7 games versus lefty on the road. Orioles are also 14-5 last 19 following a loss, so really good at bouncing back. And then on a Friday, 19-7 last 26 Friday games. So for me, I'm going to go pretty heavy here. Baltimore Orioles on the money line, try to catch that plus money dog.
All right, Brian, after that plus money dog here, Orioles here in this one, plus 130. Do your line shopping. Of course, with the news of Guerrero, you're going to see some movement here on this one. You could probably get up to plus 145 in some places up there. Plus 150s. We're seeing this one. Obviously, Guerrero's been gone for a while. You always have to worry about rust there when you've been out of the lineup for a while. Yeah, Kikuchi, although some of his advanced numbers have been very good, a FIP of 5.46 that suggests a rise in ERA based on his numbers. He has been hurt by the home run ball, 2.38 per 9 innings. And the Orioles, they hit the lefties, Brian, and their ERA has been solid on their bullpen ERA again this year like last year. Remember, ERA under 3 for Baltimore, and they're 13-8 straight up on the road. And Kikuchi's not been good as a favorite, just 9-15.
Yeah, that's how you get it done in Major League Baseball. You got to have a lights-out bullpen, and that's something that my Phillies have been struggling with. They just can't seem to get the outs out of the pen. But in this one also, maybe the over, maybe take a look at that. I think we're going to see a lot of runs scored today. I like what the Orioles have been doing. If I get a chance to, maybe I'll wuss out and take that plus 1 in that. But right now, I'm feeling the money line.
Yeah, feeling the money line indeed here. The plus 1.5 will pay about minus 136 for the show. Brian the dog here. Orioles plus 139 against the Blue Jays. This one will have a start time here of 7 Eastern time. All right, Brian, let's take a look over at Pick Dodge Print for tonight's action. Of course, as we talked about here, we got that big NBA game going off tonight as well, the NHL game, and still 15 games on the board here from Major League Baseball. You see the great results here from Brian here, 1,125 units of profit. That's all documented over at Pick Dodge Print. So if you go over to Brian's handicapper page, you can go over there and check out and verify all those plays. They are documented as well. So what do you have going on over at the site?
Tell you what, the best bet for me every night is my titanium play, my $19 best bets in Major League Baseball. You can get it for $19 at pickdogs.com. My titanium $19 play, 22, 12, and 1. Short-term run at 65%. Then long-term, last 279, I'm 163, 115, and 1. That's a 59% hit rate. So make sure you head on over and get that $19 titanium play. Or my square dance and 3-pack. All 3 best bets, including the titanium, for $50 at pickdogs.com. Guaranteed to turn a profit. Loving tonight's card.
That's right, guys. Going to work with Brian Bitler over at Pick Dodge. You see the great results here from Brian here. 1,125 units of profit that's documented for 2023. So get on board with Brian tonight. Also showing great profit the last 30 days. Titanium wager is a great one here. $19 credit guarantee there. Also individual plays. But again, as Brian says, you got that square dancing 3-pack. The long-term passes, we like the 3-day pass here on the weekend. That's the way to roll. All of Brian's premium plays for 3 days. Pick is a promo code. You'll save 15% off. Lots of baseball on the schedule here for Friday, Saturday, Sunday. All right, Brian, as always, great having you on the show. Continue that success, and we'll catch up with you again next week.
Can't wait to see you on Monday. Hopefully, we're going to see that public dog Miami Heat go down in flames as Boston Celtics get out the stick. Whooping stick going out tonight. I'll see you on Monday. Good luck, though, this weekend.
See you on Monday. We know Mitch likes the definitely on the over point props with Jimmy Butler. We send that email back to Jenny. I'll see how that rolls. All right, Brian Bitler here on the drive too. All right, let's continue on here on the show. Guys, you missed a pick. We're going to recap at the end of the show. Stay tuned for that. Up next is Zawacky. It is Steak Friday. We'll bring him in right now. You'll catch Rod over at Pick Dogs Premium. Does great work. Hope you catch him in the mornings every day here at 10 a.m. Eastern Time with the morning show. And, of course, his Puck Dogs video series with him and Chris giving out picks on the NHL playoffs here. He does it during the regular season as well. Rod, what's happening?
Yeah, not too much. Enjoying my Friday. Not too smoky as today. Been almost smoked my steak the last few days, but it's been crazy in Alberta. These fires out, we're very safe, and we start to get some of these under control. It's nuts.
Yeah, so. That's right. Limited cover. So we're going to again get this double covered here, but we got a total coming from Rod in this one between the Marlins and Giants. DeSclafani on the hill and Calchara here for the Marlins. And this had shown movement earlier, probably about an hour ago. At 7, we saw it creep up a little bit to the 7.5, but it's sitting here now at 7.5 in this one.
Yeah, and I think it was 7.5 this morning too. I think it's popped up and down a couple times here today, but. Anyways, we look at this one, and Sandy Alcantara gets the start for the Marlins, and he's surprisingly he's been pitching himself, but he just hasn't got the run support that he normally gets from these Marlins. As we've seen, the Marlins 22nd in scoring, barely scoring 4 runs a game on average, and it's tough to win games if you're not scoring. But he's definitely been doing his job, and I think he comes out and has a great outing here. And goes in deep, goes 7-8 innings for us, and maybe 1 run, 2 runs at the most that he gives up, and then throws it to the bullpen. And the Marlins bullpen definitely been better over the last 5 games than the Giants bullpen has been. You look at the other side of the ball, DeSclafani gets the start for the Giants in this one, and he's kind of got a weird streak where he wins 2, loses 2, wins 2. He's just come off a couple losses that he definitely hasn't looked so well. So I think he needs to get a good start here after his last couple clunkers that he's come out and pitched. And I think here at home, he comes and has himself a great outing here in this one. Goes deep, goes 6-7, and same thing, 1 run, 2 runs at best. So we can get under this total. Even the Marlins 9-1 to that under in their last 10 versus the NL West. 7-3 to that under in the last 10 in game 1 of a series. Well, you look, the Giants 10-4-2 in their last 16 versus the NL East to the under. And you look head-to-head, 16-5-1 in the last 22 meetings between these two teams. I've seen the under 7-2-1 in the last 10 in San Francisco. I like the under 7.5 here in this one. Both teams haven't been definitely knocking the cover off the ball and seeing double-digit runs here. So I think runs come at a premium, and we get under 7.5.
All right, Rod says go under 7.5 here with the Marlins and the Giants under 7.5. Of course, the Marlins have had their issues of scoring runs this year. That has been the issue here. And of course, as I said earlier with Jay, it's just a lot of the contact here given up here by Disclafani. And the question is if, again, he's pitching it's the pitcher's park here. That also helps these Giants pitchers at home. And of course, the Marlins has been a team that has struggled to get runs across.
Yeah, definitely. Just like I said, Marlins struggling to get runs across, and Disclafani his last few starts, he's given up 15 hits over those two games, which resulted in 2 losses for the Giants. And in those 2 losses, again, struggled to get runs. The Giants scored 1 run and 2 runs in the last couple games. So even if he does give up a few, they definitely have not been able to score the runs as well. And I think that's what we got here, like a hockey game. First of 3 wins this one.
All right, we got Rod here. Marlins Giants under 7, as I always do. Rod, okay, you know what I'm putting up right now here. Game 1 here, Western Conference Final Stars and Golden Knights. Golden Knights favored here, minus 117, total 5.5.
Yeah, I'm gonna stick with the under that I had in the video. I think just like we see it in the Game 1 yesterday, that took 4 overtimes to snag a winner, and it was a 3-2 final there. I wouldn't be surprised if we get the same type of score here, 3-2, or even last 2-1. Both goalies, Aiden Hill's been solid in goal. Stars with Odger and Ned have been solid. Under 5.5 is the play here, as both those goalies come out and score. I also like the under in the first period. I think just like we see in that first game, takes a little bit, get customized to who's taking on who, which guy's going to cover who, and it takes a little bit of line juggling before things start squaring away and we get really rolling. And as both these teams, I think, going to stay a lot to the outside. They like to push teams to the outside, keep a lot of the scoring chances from outside the perimeter where your goalies can stop those. So definitely love the under 5.5 as the best play here.
Under 5.5 from Rod here on this one between Stars and Golden Knights. And here for the show, Rod here is going to be on Marlins Giants under 7.5. Under there from Rod Zawacky. All right, Rod, let's take a look over at Pick Dog for tonight's action. Of course, Rod doing tonight. Lots of action tonight on the board here. 15 games from Major League Baseball, the NBA game as well as NHL up on the board. WNBA starts their season tonight. I know Rod delves in that a little bit, maybe later as it progresses. What do you have going over at Pick Dogs Premium?
Over at Pick Dogs Premium tonight, I've got my Steak Friday triple, which is 3 plays in the MLB that I absolutely love to knock the cover off the ball. So head on over, scoop those up, start the weekend strong. Or I've got my $19 NHL Sniper play. We've been rolling with that right through these playoffs. They got us too yesterday. I was on Carolina. I figured that hometown crowd would get the win, but hey, good on Florida. Crazy game, but they got the first game in that one, got us there. So we're looking for a bounce back with that one. Scoop it up, $19 over at Big Dogs Premium, or grab that 3-day pass. I like to roll. I'll get Monday's plays in there, so you get 4 days for the price of 3 with that 3-day pass. Head on over, join me. Let's make some money this weekend.
That's right. Get on board here with Rod Zawacky over at Pick Dogs Premium. Of course, the greatest way to roll with Rod is that Friday Steak Triple up there right now. So get on board with that Steak Triple. Good Steak Friday Triple as well, a Sniper. But instead of buying all these plays individually, the long-term pass, as Rod said, 3-day pass is the way to go. Pick as a promo code. Save that 15% off. All right, Rod, as always, great having you show. See that success. We'll catch up with you again next week. But of course, you're very active here on the Pick Dogs YouTube channel. You got the live show as well. You'll be part of the crew there on the weekend. Of course, you and Chris with those Puck Dog videos coming up again here on the weekends.
Yeah, definitely check out the Puck Dog videos. Me and Chris love shooting those videos. Like, subscribe. That way you get notified when those videos get released. And definitely tune into the morning show, 10 a.m. Eastern tomorrow. We'll definitely have bunch of the same cappers you see here on the Drive Thru over there in the morning show, giving out a bunch of plays on the weekend. And during the week, it's me, Mitch, and Chris. During the week, definitely enjoyed doing the morning show. So tune in. See everybody tomorrow morning. we'll see you Monday.
We'll see you
Tony.
Monday.
You have yourself a wonderful weekend. Good luck with all your bets. Crush them, Buckies.
Crush them bookies. Under from Rod here. So got to get those.
Under.
There you go. Underground. And I got a text from James that he's still underground right now. So we won't have James on the show today. So there you go. Under, and another under. All right.
And we'll take take Robertson to score an anytime goal for the Dallas Stars tonight. A little bonus for you.
Nice. There you go. Bonus there from Ron Zawacky. All right, Rod. Have a great weekend. We'll catch up with you again here on Monday on the drive-thru, but we'll catch you tomorrow on the live show.
Definitely. See everybody tomorrow morning. Have a good one.
You got it. Rod Zawacky here on the drive-thru. Guys, you missed a pick. We're going to recap at the end of the show. Stay tuned for that. Let's continue on here on the drive-thru. Up next, Nick Menken. Catch him over at Pick.com. He has been on absolute terror over on the site. Catch his video series with those nerfy Yerfies as well on the channel. He has put together fantastic numbers in baseball. I see the numbers in NBA. The numbers in hockey have been fantastic. Nick, what's happening?
Tony T, how's it going? Great to be back.
Great to have you back. All right, here we go tonight. Major League Baseball featuring the Braves here hosting the Mariners. The Braves minus 144 with a total of 9.
Yeah, for the Seattle Mariners, we'll have Bryce Miller on the mound. He's 2-0 this season with 19 innings pitched. He's got an ERA of .47 on 18 strikeouts right now. Granted, he only has 19 innings pitched, but his last outing, Miller looked really good against the Detroit Tigers, going 7 innings pitched with 3 hits recorded and no earned runs. The Mariners are currently 11-10 this season on the road, a game above 500. In their last 10 games, they're 5-5, but they are currently on a 2-game losing streak. I think it's just because of this offense and their run production hasn't been good as of late. They'll be matched up against Bryce Elder. It's the Bryce matchup between these two pitchers today. For the Atlanta Braves, Bryce Elder is 3-0 with 46.1 innings pitched with a 1.94 ERA on 39 strikeouts. I think with the struggling offense for this Mariners in the run production, I feel as if Elder will have a big game at home in tonight's matchup. Atlanta pitching staff is currently ranked 4th in all of MLB in runs per game. That's phenomenal by this Atlanta Braves pitching staff. They are back at home after a 6-game road trip. Atlanta is 10-9 this season at home, 5-5 in their last 10 games. They did have a rough series away in Boston in Fenway. They got swept in that one, but their last game, they ended up winning that game and the series against the Texas Rangers 9-5. I like the Atlanta Braves back at home. I think Rana Acuna and Austin Riley will have big offensive games in tonight's matchup. The Braves are currently 4th in MLB in runs per game. I like the Braves in game 1 of this 3-game series, money line at a minus 143 line.
All right, we got Nick here on the Braves, lay the minus 143 here against the Mariners. The thing is with the Mariners, it's always that the hitting, right? You always got to worry about that, not the sharpest hitting team. And of course, you got the nice lineup there here for the Braves.
Yeah, Brandon Crawford and J-Rod kind of been, slowing down as of late, especially on that offensive side. I think this Mariners team really needs those two to have big games to put runs up on that board. And then obviously with the Atlanta Braves team, I mean, they just score runs constantly.
Yeah, no doubt about that here. And of course, Seattle just 221 hitting against right-handed starters. We got Nick here on the Braves, minus 143 here against the Mariners. This one to have a start time here of 7:20. All right, Nick, let's take a look over at Pick.com for tonight's action. As we said, Nick has been on absolute fire here. So we're going to put up the numbers for you right now. 1,248 units of profit for 2023. These are all sports combined, showing great results here on the major sports as well. Past 30 days has been 800 units of profit. Last 7 days has been showing fantastic profit here for you in all the 3 sports involved. Major League Baseball, 766 units. NBA, 500 units. NHL, 791 units of profit. Man, you're hitting it all right now, Nick. What do you have going over at Pick Dogs Premium?
We got a big MLB slate today. I got my lock of the day, MLB lock of the day, for $20. And also 3 out of my 4 games today in the MLB are plus money. So if you haven't done so, go check that out under the daily package. Got the 3-pack coming out as long as my long-term MLB season pass. Go check that out and let's cash in.
That's right, guys. Get on board here with Nick Menken over at Pick Dogs Premium. See the fantastic results. Get on board with Nick here on his plays. He's got a 3-pack up there for you right now, as he mentioned about locks as well. But the long-term pass, the way Nick's running, you may consider the 3-day or even go with the monthly pass. With the 1-month pass, will get you all of Nick's premium plays for 30 days. That covers all the NBA and NHL playoffs, and of course all the baseball as well. All right, Nick, as always, great having you show. Continue that success. We'll catch up with you next week. But to let everybody know about your video series here at Pick Dogs, and we be also featured on some of the weekend shows.
Yeah, we got the Nickies Nerfies going right now. We're on a little hot streak. We're 5-1 over our last 6 picks. Check that out on Pick Dogs YouTube channel. Also, I will be making an appearance this weekend on tomorrow, Saturday, on the weekend show. So check that out at 10. What is it? 10
a.m. Eastern. 10 a.m. Eastern time.
Yeah, 7 o'clock here. 7 o'clock here. So
early start time there. So you'll get a pick from Nick. He's been red hot on the site, guys. So you definitely want to tune in 7 a.m. Eastern time and check his video series, because Nick has been on fire. All right, Nick, have a great weekend. We'll catch up with you again here on next week.
All right, Tony. You take care.
You got it. Nick Menken here on the Drive Thru. Guys, if you miss any picks, we're going to recap at the end of the show. Stay tuned for that. All right, let's continue here on the Drive Thru. Up next is going to be my pick, and then we get to the recap. So let me go ahead and get my play up for you guys right now. And I think we'll go ahead and bring it in, get to the starting point here, and get my game odds. We're going to go to the Nationals and the Tigers tonight here from Major League Baseball. So we'll get the card for you up here right now. The Tigers at -110. Total sits here at 8.5. And in this game, I'm going to be here on let me make sure I have the pick up here. Where do you go? Here we go. We're going to be in the Nationals here at +102. And one thing I've been following with this Nationals team is, if they're very good here against the left-handed pitching, and that's they're pounding left-handed hitters right now, hitting 289 against lefties. Tigers, well, they're only hitting 223 and scoring 3.2 runs per game on the road. Of course, Matthew Boyd will be on the mound here for Detroit. Boyd in 7 starts, an ERA 6.5, WHIP of 1.56. Having trouble with those walks, 10% walks. Ground balls sit at, the home run rate, 1.41 home runs per 9 innings. Irvin performing better here than Boyd. And we're just going to bank here with the better pitching performance here with Irvin versus Boyd. And, of course, the Nationals pounded left-handers this year. So +102 will be the play. Guys, check out Pick Dog Stream tonight. I got plays on the board for you right now. So get on board right now. I got 4 premiums. I got a best bet here from Major League Baseball. Also up there, I have 3-pack up there with my NBA and 2 premiums from baseball. So 4 premiums on the board right now. Get on board. Use that promo code PICK at checkout. You'll save 15% off. You can also go long-term with me. That 3-day pass will get you all my premium plays for 3 days. All my baseball, NBA playoffs for you right now. PICK is a promo code, 15% off the 3-day, 3, 7, or 30-day all sports pass. Your best value over at Pick Dogs Premium. All right, let's continue on here with the show. Let's keep an eye on what's going on over in the chat room. Looks like we have Mike Davis likes Marcus Smart. You should catch Mike Davis over at Pick Dogs. Catch his live show. Catch his video series as well. Marcus Smart over 9.5 rebounds plus assists there from Mike Davis there in the chat. So there you go with that play there. All right, let's continue on here. We're going to get to the recap in a second here. I think we're set to roll here. Let me pull up the recap set. Here we go. Recap the plays from today. Ninos like the Heat +9.5 against the Celtics. Jay was on the Marlins +180 against the Giants. Brad was on the Astros run line, lay the run at half -122 against the A's. Wayne was on the Dodgers -116 against the Cardinals. Brian liked the Orioles +139 against the Blue Jays. Rod was on the Marlins Giants under 7.5. I'll be here on the Nick here on the Braves -143. I'll be on the Nationals +102 against the Tigers. Which one do I like the best? I got to go with the auto fade, with the auto fade these A's, right? I'll be with Brad with the Astros run line. That is the one I like the most. All right, that's going to do it for this edition here of the Drive-Thru, guys. Let's see if we got any scores in progress. We always like to keep an eye on that. Diamondbacks and Pirates just getting underway. No score after the D-backs batted at top of the first. And Brewers and Rays, Brewers out top of the first. Go to the bottom of the first. No score in that one. Top of the first, Yankees have pushed across 1 here, leading 1-0 here against the Reds. The total moved from 9.5 to 10.5. And I believe that was the open, if I was not mistaken. But a lot of runs were expected here in this ballpark. Many people expected that, especially with this Yankee lineup, the way they've been hitting. And so far, we've seen 1 run pushed across here from the Yankees as they have the lead here on the Cincinnati Reds. And I think we also have, let's see what we got here. Let's see, Yankees. I was trying to find the opener in this one, but looks like, I think we're all set there. Okay. And we have it started here. Yeah, it opened here. Wow, this one opened at 8.5 runs. That's right. The runs opened 8.5. Was closed at 10.5. So far, top of the first, 1-0 in that one. Yeah, that was the big move there with the total today in the Reds and Yankees. And the Tigers and Nationals will get us started here in just a few minutes. All right, that's going to do it here for this edition of the Drive-Thru, guys. Make sure you tune in again Monday here at 3 p.m. Eastern Time. We'll do it all over again. We're bringing our cappers here from Pick Dogs, and we'll give out the plays for you live in prime time. We're here live at 6 Eastern, 3 Pacific. So that's our start time. Bring our cappers here from Pick Dogs and Sports Chat plays, and they'll give out their plays here for you on the Monday show. Don't forget, it always gets started at 10 a.m. Eastern Time with that morning show. We got Mitch, we got Rod, we got Chris with the morning show. Don't forget Mitch's 7 picks in 5 minutes. His betting tool show, his Nerfies as well. We got Nikki's Nerfies as well up on the site. And of course, you want that Puck Dog video series. You want to check that out with Chris and Rod Zawacky giving out those NHL picks. Ron Romanelli with his Major League Baseball. Run down a pick from every game on the board for Major League Baseball. Jay's Jam Session. There will be a Jam Session 4 p.m. Eastern Time on Saturday and Sunday. And of course, he'll have the morning drop from the NBA as well. And of course, don't forget Mills's prop videos, right? His prop videos are up there. Mike Davis as well with his prize picks and his first 5 inning plays for you there. Lots of content, even more and more coming up here on Pick Dog. So guys, make sure you like, subscribe, set those notifications, be alerted when the plays are released so you can get them in right away and get the best numbers. All right, that's going to do it here for our show. Let's bring in our cappers from today's show.